Hey Mikey! Let me know if you can hear and see everything okay. I had to update the streaming software I use, and I think it had reset the mic just to cause me grief. So yeah guys, please let me know. I'm trying to find a good place for it. I hope that's not too noisy. But how about here? Hi Kevin, hi Veronica. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. We can hear you fine. Yay, I fixed it. I thought, I was like, it updated. I need to check if it's the proper mic that's activated, and it wasn't. Like, stop messing up with my microphones. And I say microphones because I have two. So, do you guys have your snacks, your beverages? Did you go to the bathroom already? Nature break? This is still way too hot. So hot. My allergies are really kicking my butt these days. Which is problematic in the sense that the effects I have are really, really respiratory system based. So I'm always like, did I caught COVID or is it just allergies? Like multiple times a day. I'm like, hold on, I feel like crap. It's a good thing I have a thermometer. Because that's always the big deciding factor. Like if you don't have a fever. Well, I have paint water and watercolor. Don't drink the paint water. Hey, Cyan. Yes, ma'am, we've had our nature breaks. I'm the kind of person who would forget, so that's why I'm mentioning it. Hey, box of paint, hi. Yep, homemade macchiato. Ooh. Happy the package came fine. Yeah, me too. I don't know why my allergies are so bad. Like, I'm like, this is the end of summer. What could be releasing nasty pollen in the air? Like, what is not slowly like settling down to hibernate at this point? Roman small watercolors freshly unwrapped look like, and they definitely do. I agree. And yeah, I've stopped taking my my allergy meds. Yeah. And you're gonna say, well, why? And I'm like, it's kind of complicated in a way. But I was taking them daily, and after everything that has happened last year, in the past months, I kind of feel a bit odd about taking many meds. Like, I would not stop my really useful prescription meds, of course, but I was like, the allergy med, I mean, yeah, I kind of feel bad, but I know it's allergies. Like, it's not like something, like, it's something that I can power through, even if it feels kind of weird. Summer ends, Ev's allergies, time to play! I had slight allergy last night because of cuddling with the cat. Well, yeah, if it's your stepmom's cat, I mean, how cute! I would have completely cuddled with her too. Tree pollen, I believe, mold and fungus is the full allergies. I will, hold on. Let me check this out. So if you hear me doing those weird sounds, that's because of allergies, and I'm like, ugh. Kind of feels like having a cold all the time, so it's just weird. Hey, 65 sunny day. April, right? Hey, Misha. Ooh, babysitting. Is it your grandkid? Hi, Fairy Dust. Okay, let's see. Do you stupid weather hap? Ah! Hold on, everything's happening at 2 p.m. apparently. Hey, Sally. Hi. Cyan says, I used to take allergy meds daily, but stopped a couple years ago and I only take them when needed. It really made a difference. Meds actually work now. Yeah, I think that was kind of where I was at. I felt like I was taking them daily and I was like, I still feel some sort of allergy thingies going on. So I was like, huh. Hey, Otto! Hi, Annette! It's really cold and rainy here, but had a part of my favorite sunshine and rain. Ooh, that's always really nice. Bon, Pickle! Pickle, tu viens-tu voir tes amis? Il est ta mignette! Non, va-t'en pas! Va-t'en pas! Non, reviens! Pickle! Où tu vas? Non, tu ne vas pas manger, tu viens de manger. Peut-être. Viens dire bonjour à tes amis. Et voilà. Bonjour Pickle. Salut Minette. Salut grosse Minette. Et tu t'en vas comme ça? It's really, really important to sniff everything on this desk. Toi, tu manges pas mes brosses, mes pinceaux, c'est correct. Yes, on grandma duty again. It's really a treat, not a chore though. Yeah, definitely. Tu fais pépette? Oh, yes! Scritches. On voit pas ta face par exemple. T'es vraiment cute. T'es vraiment cute. Est-ce qu'on voit ta face si je fais ça? Même pas. On voit peut-être un peu ta face si je fais ça? Oui, je suis bien le fun, je vais gratter les oreilles. The pack of caramels thingy lasted 4 hours. Oh no! Mother-in-law. Oh, that's it, mother-in-law. Merci pour le poêle, Pex, Berk. Wesh, t'en as mis partout. Mother-in-law's cat purred so loud. She was a small cat and still purred like a V8 mother. Pickle does that too. She's not a very big cat, but she purrs really loudly. Yeah, she was sniffing everything. Salut Pépette. Tu veux-tu venir ronronner dans le micro? Tourne-toi. No? Trying to get her to purr in the mic, but... Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna leave you guys with Pickle for a moment. Tu ronronnes tellement, Pickle. In French, you know the way there's masculine and feminine or une, I think Is there any non-binary terms used? That's a really good question, actually. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. Il doit sniffer l'autre côté. Salut ma minette. Salut ma minette. Mess up so much with he, she because I'm so used to have just one gender neutral Han. That's actually kind of clever to go with that. Yeah, in French it's kind of tricky because do we have kind of a they? Not sure we do. Are they a calico cat? Pickle is not. Pickle, she's a tabby with some white spots. I think that's what they call a party color cat or something. Hey, Nettie! Hi! To be a calico, she would have to be kind of mostly white, but with orange and black spots, or cream and grey if it's a diluted calico. Yeah, I'm talking over the birds. Maybe I should shut up more. It goes fast. Baby pigs. Bon, c'est fini? Non, pas encore. Ah, tellement goofy. Calico in itself is not exactly a breed. It's just a type of coat patterns. Just call everyone y'all. Nice and easy and works for singular or plural. Yeah, it works in English, but in French it's kind of tricky, I think. Nous doesn't work the same as they in English. Well, in French, I is je, you is tu, what? And he, she, they is il, elle, on, but on is not exactly like they. And then you guys, you have you guys have another you in the second half of the genders, but we sort of don't. We have nous, which means us, vous, which is you, and the plural of he and the plural of hold on, my brain is completely kaput. Anyway, French is dumb. C'est good. And now I have 2 cats with me. Salut Minette. I have all the cats. Nous, N-O-U-S is not they per se, it's like us. It's like saying us. Sorry for not really participating in Caturday. Oh, no problem. I mean, it's completely optional. You should make Pickle a royal. You want to be Princess Kitty? Did you see Charlie again? Did you guys see Charlie again? Hey, Malvina! Hi! What's up, Bex? Bonjour, Scott! She left. I don't know where she went. But they've been having a lot of they've been having a visitor today, which is kind of funny. It's one of the outdoor cats in the neighborhood, and it's a really young cat. He's really like tiny still, not a kitten, but a really young cat, and and he has a medal and everything. And I saw that the cat's name is Charlie, and he really likes to come up to the windows and check out if there's any cat nearby. And like if my cats spot him, they run to the window and they just like posture on the other side of the window. But if I get close, Charlie runs away. It doesn't like humans, but he really want to be friend with Scout and Pickle, which I think is hilarious because my cats, they really don't like intruders. I mean, they don't even like each other. So can you imagine a random cat? Aw, that's so kind, Veronica. French is beautiful, and I love when you speak it. Art, cats, and French make Caturday special. My mom spoke French, and it warms my heart. Aw. Yeah, I mean, Caturday is completely optional. Tu vois? T'as-tu terminé, Pickle? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? C'est quoi ton plan? I mean... Okay. Her plan is to get more scritches. That's her plan. T'as entendu ta sœur, hein? Moi aussi, j'ai entendu ta sœur. Là, tout le monde voit tes fesses. I have so much cat hair on my face. And on my desk. I was trying to figure out what were the allergies that are big at this moment before Pickle came in. Let's see. Oh dear. Scout is having zoomies. I know they in Spanish is just plural of whichever group. So, hold on. This is just so weird because I had Spanish classes, but through speaking English and having French, and now I'm trying to remember how to say things in Spanish, and I just can't. Ella and usted is just ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Yeah, it's kind of the same in French. We have il, el. I don't remember what's the third one though. Is it on? But it's the same in plural. Is just you pluralize the word. Il, el, and I don't remember. It's been. Hold on. Okay, let me check out the allergies. We have a new game when we eat. Whoever has the most cat hair on his plate wins. Does not count if you place it. That's hilarious. Okay, come on, guys. Where's your stupid website? It's not what I want to know. Why is there so many ads on this site? Qu'est-ce que t'en penses, Coute? Qu'est-ce que t'en penses? T'en penses que... Capte pas, là. Je te check. There. Hey, Lee! Are you in a pause in the conferences? Ruka has shedding season, the dog hair is everywhere. Oh my gosh, that's gotta be a lot of hair. Pickle, Scout, and Charlie will be the three musketeers. Charlie will definitely fill in for D'Artagnan. I will have to duck out again for conference stuff partway through, but enjoying this break. Ooh, awesome! Well, pollen is low, air quality is not available, mold is moderate. Everything is low. I mean, it's not because it's low that I would not react to it, of course, but... Mold. It always feels kind of... It feels really gross, right? To think of it, like, in terms of mold. It's like, ugh. I think of, like, when I pick up something in the fridge and it's gone moldy, and I'm like, ew. I have to live by 4 to get my poop in a group to go babysit. What? I don't have plants. The cats made sure that I don't have any plants in here. They just... They threw it on the ground! Okay. Pronom, français. Pronom personnel. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. Yeah, okay, so we don't really have a they. Well, we kind of have a they, but it's either masculine or feminine. And that's it for the lessons today, because, yeah. Yes. How's the camera? Not bad. Ah, that feels amazing though. Okay. So I sketched up 3 of them. Do I wanna... Yeah, I'll try to sketch a 4th one, and then I'll get to... I'm gonna blow my nose, so be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm a human again, somewhat. So, how's your week been? Is that even a sentence? How has your week been? I guess is what I'm trying to say, somewhat. Oh dear, that's gonna be a very long weekend. I always find that my doodle sketches and my thumbnails in my sketchbook are better than my final drawings. Like, come on. If I scribbled it quickly in like 2 seconds, I'm pretty sure I can do it again, but better, right? I need a better eraser. Hey, lab accident, hi! It was a difficult week, I knew it was going to be. So I gave myself a lot of time to sit and crochet this week. That's a good idea. So would you say that it balances out all the more demanding and rough stuff? So it's less of a strain, or today my sweetheart and I have been together for 15 years. Oh, that's great! Happy anniversary! I have been planning for my smaller, full decorated terrarium. Ooh! I have chosen a terrarium and now trying to decide background and plants. Ooh, that sounds really fun! Today is Ignore My Loneliness and Ink a Commission Day. Aww. Well, you're not lonely if... Well, you might be lonely, but you're not alone if you're with us. It's great but overwhelming. Fortunately, the decision... Is it... What kind of conference is it? Is it like workshops, or is it more like knowledge? My stepdad's celebration of life party is tomorrow. Probably bring my stuff. What is a celebration of life party? Definitely, it gives me a lot of time to heal and deal with all sorts of issues that otherwise would... Yeah, okay. I see. So you have to plan for the difficult time, which is sort of really intense, but makes a lot of sense at the same time. Hey, Elise, hi. Yeah, how are the bunnies doing? Amisha says, thanks everybody. Long distance is hard, but what we have is worth every bit of it. Oh, cute. That's adorable. Lee says, next week I have botanical art conference and the replay is less good. What do you mean? Advantages of the plague. You died a couple weeks ago. It's like a funeral, but not as deep. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. I don't know. Who's in the litter box? They're sort of workshop lectures. Because it's all online, they're trying to create content where you can paint along. Huh. everyone is getting together and I'm driving my mom and there's activities for kids and my mom said I'm not obligated to do anything but chill because everyone is gonna be stressed. Art helps me. Yeah, that's definitely not the most amusing thing ever, right? Kind of stressful and difficult. Ah, c'est toi qui étais dans la litière finalement. C'est bien passé? Bon, t'as trouvé tout ce que tu voulais? Tu laves les papates? Et c'est ici. Écoute. Une belle chaise. Tu peux voler, là. Non? Qu'est-ce que tu fais, gros tas de poêle? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Qu'est-ce que tu fous là-dessous? Voyons. Tu es encore là? Oh my god, the cats are so needy today. What's up with that? Lee says, we had a bonding session today. No bunnies were hurt in the production. So that's a step up from last Sunday. Thanks for asking. Oh, did they like attack each other last Sunday? Yikes. Virtual field trips with 3D stitch images, zoom screens. Ooh, whoa, that's fancy. I'm the one who somehow managed to be the one who helps everyone else handle the emotional struggle. Yeah, definitely. If you can hide away in a small corner somewhere. Qu'est-ce que tu fais, gros souris? Ici! C'est une belle chaise, là, que tu peux aller voler, là. Non? Tu peux faire battre de la queue à terre? Bon. Fine! The Botanical Art Conference only has replay available for 24 hours, so you can shift to your times. That's kind of silly. I mean, they went through the setup anyway. Like, it's all set up. Why not make it available for the people who paid for it? It sucks because I find the volume of conference. Can you somehow like screen record it? Lee says, yeah, Houdini attacked Ninja. Oh no! And she got a big gash in her hand. Oh. Ay ay ay. I feel awful. Oh no, come on. I completely understand you, but it sounds really difficult. So I think you're really doing a lot of work on it. And you are doing the best. I don't think anyone in here would ever, like, not do the best for their pets. That's not the kind of crowd we have in here. Qu'est-ce que tu fais, grosse dinde? Couchez là. Allez. Hey, Dominic, hi. I was watching a wrestling show in passing. Virtual audiences seem weirdly too futuristic. Just a bunch of Zoom, Skype windows in the audience, just sitting at home. That's so weird. Oh, I think my favorite is when you have like sports like baseball in a stadium and they have cardboard cutouts in the audience. I kind of really like it. Like, it's hilarious. Baxapane says the builders is finally finished and construction work is officially over. Congrats! I've learned that hell have no fury like two cats suddenly recontained in a room for 7 hours. They were evil last night. Oh no. Freedom! We want our freedom. They can't actually attack the audience without being at fault. I look like I fought with a cactus and lost. Oh my gosh, what? Eep. Did they sort of made each other even more riled up? And like it sort of escalated like that. Ah, the classic cactus fight look. I haven't looked like that in a while. But yeah, last time was when they were kittens, because kittens, they don't really have a good like understanding of. I was actually thinking about all the baseball souvenirs that would go untouched in their cardboard. Oh no, not your toes. Like, except possibly the big toe. The toes are so sensitive. Not under them, but on top of them, yeah. Like, I think I would actually watch sport more now that it's not real people in the audience. I really find it hilarious that it's all cardboard cutout, and it could basically be anyone. Like, they could have Elvis in there. Emmy is usually super chilled, but for Zoomies, and she was just a nasty. Today they are back to themselves and lovely. Yeah, I'm glad they're back to themselves, but definitely a cat that holds a grudge makes you pay for it. I have no idea how to deal with it, I just freeze. You need to wear multiple pairs of socks. One on top of the other. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys something. Hey, welcome back, Otto. Recently I noticed that Silence of the Lambs was on Netflix again. For Canadian Netflix. And I had watched the movie a while ago. Not necessarily like a big fan of the whole thing, but it was like, huh, I'm kind of due for a rewatch. And I was curious to hear your take on that movie, if you have any. Amisha says, I'm a grandma. I'm required to have a band-aid, at least one crumpled, only slightly used tissue, and one peppermint hard candy that's trying to become part of... Oh no, I know what you mean. What does that say about me? Denver Broncos did the whole ton of South Park. That's... I mean, the potential for hilarity is endless. Like, considering you can put anything in there, like it just suddenly makes sports a lot more interesting. Oh, the whole town of South Park is so hilarious. The two boys we had before Laura would happily climb our legs until they were more than... Ow. That's like 7 pounds hanging by the claws. Yeah, you're kind of glad when you're wearing jeans and really sad if you are not wearing any kind of like thicker pants. I don't watch football, but did love South Park as a kid. Yeah, precisely. I really not a sports person at all, whether it's doing the sport or watching it, but I would definitely have a laugh out of a South Park cardboard cutout crowd. I've watched everything Honeyball related. Haven't watched it in years, but I remember liking it. All 4 movies and the TV series. Oh wow. So what would you say is the appeal for you, Otto? I was always in tights back then. Oof. So you were like grungy by default? Like not your choice, but the cats were like, this is way too pristine. Hold on, needs a few holes in there, here and there. Let me grungify you. You're gonna be so trendy. Hey, Kelly! Glad to see you, Kelly. Oh, that's really close to the microphone. I should not do that. I don't think that's very good ASMR. I watched the movies and the series, but in this particular movie, I find the depiction of the villain difficult. Which villain? Like Buffalo Bill? Honeyball helped heal like 15 years of stress with my... Really? We were having an adult beverage and we were watching it, and halfway through, dog stepped on the controller and changed it to me almost die. That's really funny. I actually saw that movie on TV like a week ago or something. Still a classic. I think they even have this spin-off sort of called The Prodigal Son. Hey, welcome back, Kevin. Yeah, I had red stripes down my legs every time I did. Ow. Well, the prompt is what's the prompt? Chunker and ribbon. So it's a chunker playing with ribbon. An extreme chunker, possibly. But I mean, go big or go home, right? Right. Because I kind of struggle with the character of Honeyball, because I'm like, what's supposed to be the appeal of such a character? I've always had fascination with serial killers since I was young. I'm so grateful that liking true crime is a thing. Yeah, I really enjoy true crime and I find it fascinating, but somehow Honeyball doesn't really tickle that bone. Oh my god. Can I buy that one? It's not even done yet. But yeah, if I end up hello baby. If I end up selling my Caturday pieces, of course. I was thinking I would scan them just so if I want to make a tiny book of the that's the pit. I have a scut next to me. But yeah, once it's scanned, I'll happily send it over. Ah, qu'est-ce que tu fais? Notice me, Mom. Oh, grosse bibite. Isn't it Mads Mikkelsen who plays? Yeah, it's the TV show. Honeyball is played by Mads Mikkelsen. I think Honeyball makes more sense as a fully padded out character in the TV series, whereas in the movies is a bit thin, more like a plot. Yeah, I would. Tu t'es gratté. Ah, Scout. Ah, t'es poche. I kind of have to give the TV show perhaps a second try. I watched a few episodes. I really sort of was fascinated by the whole mushroom situation in the in the first few episodes, but I was kind of put off by the Will Graham character. because he's presented as like, oh, but this dude is so empathetic. He can understand the killers and whatnot. And I was like, what kind of nonsense is this? Bull. It reminds me of another thing that I was really like, that really annoyed me into not liking a TV show. It was an anime called Kuroko no Basuke, and the whole point of the main character is so generic and nondescript that people forget about him on the basketball court, so he can like score points without anybody noticing. I was like, this is so stupid. You're telling me that like the kid with blue hair is so nondescript and like no one that they forget is there, and that's his advantage. I was like, what? No. Oh my gosh, no.
Dans spot maintenant? Ouais. You're all crusty.
Tuna Face, naked ears. Well, Lisa's happy to see you. Can we see your Tuna Face? There you go. Tuna Face. Seriously about that.
Ah, mon crayon, Scott!
T'es le pire des temps. T'es le pire des temps. What did you dislike about Will Graham? Yeah, I didn't watch far into it, but it was the whole like premise of his character, the whole concept of his character. That's like almost like he feels too much, and that's his advantage. And I'm like, yeah, but I love seeing Gillian Anderson. Yeah, that she's always a sight for sore eyes. She's aging so well. She's so beautiful. My hubby put on the Enola movie to dissociate a little, but was worth it. I'm laughing too loud for you. I'm sorry. Oh, are you purring? You are. I know what you mean exactly with the dissociation. Salut, Pickle. Why is there so many cats today? Oh my god, I love Kuroko. Yeah, see, I'm more of a haiku person. Can I say, though, Lawrence Fishburne is amazing as Jack Crawford? Huh, okay. Because I'm currently rewatching the movie, and yeah, so like I know if I hadn't been watching the movie, I wouldn't know who Jack Crawford is. Yeah, he is amazing as a baddie. What's the one where his hitman wants to retire and they go after him for retiring? Slightly different, but I had blue and many other color Aaron's school and in gym. Shut your ears, kid. Cut often and no. Well, maybe there's something about blue hair. I was in a rehabilitation facility for my knees, and one of the ways this one woman kept people out of her room was by keeping True Crime on 24/7 at high volume. Oh my god. Oh my god, that Enola Holmes film, it was so bad. I will probably really quickly forget about it, except for Sherlock. I think Sherlock is the only thing that I'll keep of that movie.
Mais voyons, toi t'es bien molle. Qu'est-ce qui se passe, ma minette? Qu'est-ce qui se passe, ma minette?
Ah, tu perds ton poil toi aussi, Berk. Hey, Jill! Hi! We are invaded by cats today. You keep messing up everything. Grosse patate! Ouais, prou, tu peux pas ronronner, truc poêle. Grosse bibite. Hi Akuni. Hi the Marmalade Boys.
Arrête de battre la queue dans mes trucs. T'es chiante.
I had to apologize profusely and buy takeaway dinner to my husband for making me watch Enola Holmes. There's a lot of sports anime, and honestly, Haikyuu, Kuroko, Prince of Tennis are good, but Yuri on Ice is a bit of a cult classic. Even though I just didn't know how gay it would. I watched a bit of Yuri on Ice, and it was really enjoyable, but I'm really not into figure skating, so they were kind of losing me at some points with the moves and everything. Haikyuu though is the bomb. Écoute. Pourquoi t'es là? Hein? Si tu voulais. Tu voulais des gros câlins. Yeah, so many cat hair everywhere. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire pour toi, grosse patate? Oh, I like Major 2. What is that? I feel like we've watched some bad films in a series, so we're back to watching Elementary again from the beginning. That's always... Bon, ça y est. Ça y est, gros boudin. Allô. Allô. Salut, grosse bubite. C'est quoi ton plan? I think our plan is to flip my teacup. Arrête de pas de la queue. The best potato? Yeah, she's definitely going full potato.
Hein? Ouais, t'es une patate.
Bon, ok. Scout is doing thing. Oh wait, she's Marie Kondoing my desk. This doesn't bring me joy. Toss. I love the offspring of famous dad, the main character. It's a baseball player in a family. Oh, okay, cool. Hey Phoebe, hi. C'est quoi cette patate? My little one just commanded I make lunch and now we have to go out and play. Oh, have fun, Veronica. Scout needs living. Yeah, she's very needy today. I cannot describe how the Marmalade Boys are looking at this screen for
Grosse bubite là. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? T'as pas d'amis? T'as pas d'amis?
Oh, je t'ai donné un bisou. Ça y est. Ça y est. Man, she's a warm little beast. Hi, Paolo. She's not making bread, but she's like bumping her head into my hands for extra scritches, and she's shedding a lot too, and it's all going in my nose. her allergies are really bad too, so perhaps we share the same allergies. Mine flare up when yours flare up. I wanted to get some cat overwork done today, but apparently the cats had another plan. By the way, one of my very old friends is in a live-in facility and they just got cats! He sent a pic of one today and it's a tortie! What? I think a lot of places would benefit from having cats as a kind of socialization slash therapy element. Because or dogs, I mean pets in general, because first of all the shelters could really do with that, and also pets are really good to bring people, like they're a common ground for a lot of people, so you can possibly connect with some of them through animals, and they also like will cheer you up all the time. I think everything should have cats and or dogs. And that's perhaps a bit sad for people with allergies, but how can you say no to a little face? My friend Nori says cat is an obstacle to progress mode. Definitely. Cats had a great sense of community as well. Yeah, there's been for sure a couple of studies about letting inmates have pets. Did I call you Bean? I'm trying to do so many things at once and my brain is so full of allergies. But yeah, they've been doing things with letting inmates care for pets. And it really helps with a lot of things actually. Tu perds tout ton poil, Scout. They got 3 almost feral girls from a local farm and he's working on befriending them and it's the literal best. That's absolutely priceless. How much more cat hober can you get than a cat? Yeah, definitely very on topic. Grosse bibitch. That must be so awesome to build the residents' confidence too. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the biggest element in having cats and or dogs is that cats are possibly fairly more autonomous, so they can be a great match for people who are afraid of being overwhelmed. Like a dog would be too much to take on all at once. And on the other way around too, like for someone who really needs to interact and like have a lot of interaction with a pet, a dog would be great. I definitely think they should spay all the pets and send them everywhere. Elderly sanctuaries, prisons, even work environment if possible. I agree. Okuni says there is a program where inmates start German Shepherd and Golden puppies to be socialized for seeing eye and utility dogs. That's great. That's such a good idea. Tu veux aller sur la chaise? Viens avec moi. Oh. Non? Qu'est-ce que tu veux? It's good. She's on my shoulder and she's hitting my face with her tail right now. Qu'est-ce que... Ouch! Oh, qu'est-ce que tu fais? C'est quoi ton plan de merde? Qu'est-ce que tu essaies de faire, Minette? Oui, mais je t'avais mis sur la chaise. Ouais. Tu es contente là? T'es sur la chaise avec la couverture que t'aimes. T'es à côté. Tu peux te coucher, bien. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much cat hair in my face. It's so good. Although I'm trying to get him to send pics of all of them. The 30 is already sold on him for sure. Aww. Completely agree about pets and spaces, but my allergies would. But yeah, that's the big probably problem with this idea. He's told me that the people working there were very divided about the cats before they came, but it seems like the naysayers are coming around. You can't say no to a cat's face. Like you might object in principle, but once the cat is in front of you, good luck. Sally says, I had a male Siamese that acted more like a dog than most dogs do. Yeah, Siamese are really interesting in terms of behavior. Kevin says, I wish prisons were treated as more of a rehabilitation facility in general, because a lot of time crime isn't bad people doing bad things. A lot of time it's people trying to survive. Yeah, I know. I agree. There is well, I know you're not in the US, but there is a really interesting sort of documentary on Netflix about kind of the whole situation. Yeah, that's not exactly super cheerful content, so perhaps we should not go too deep into it, but I agree. Hello, I'm lurking today because I'm doing some coloring while watching. Hey! Hi, Tsukaboo! The power of cats. That should be a shirt somewhere. I could not raise a puppy and then give him back. Yeah, you mean for the seeing eye and hold on, what's the word? Service pets. What's been everyone's highlight this week? Good question. Buxapaint says, as excited as I was about my cats arriving, I did not expect to love them so much so quickly. My dogs are awesome and make me laugh every day, but the cats have their own kind of sparkle. Oh, did you say that? Yeah, I agree. It's not the same kind of dynamic. Nobody cried at my house during math yesterday. Oh my gosh, what? I ordered some paper gouache and a few other things. Oh, that's fun. When are you expected to receive those, Phoebe? Amisha says, seeing my grandbaby 2 weekends in a row and my 15th anniversary with my sweetie. It's been a good week. Yeah, definitely. Okuni says, I put a mask on, went to town, and took a gift of stickers to one of my precious friends. She was so surprised and happy. That's so cool. Kevin says, I'm working on an animation assignment right now. Help. Yeah. It's stop motion, so I'm making everything by hand, props and all. Oh, I know that pain. Highlight, Alex's care package arrived and she went nuts. So I have 3 handmade sketchbooks, whoa, with different paper samples to play with. Oh, that's a lot. I broke a tooth eating a Dorito last Sunday. Okay, that's how. And I got to see my sexy dentist and he did the work for free. Oh, what? My highlight is ordering my planner and notebooks for next year. Ooh, what did you get? Otto, I have to know. Planner stuff. Stationery. Highlight this week, my mom went in for a second mammogram and it came back clear. Ooh, awesome. And we finally got approved to put some good fencing in. The fencing was going to be great for the doggos, right? Yeah, everybody's had awesome highlights. husband is currently holding his headphones over the gerbils and the girls are taking turns. What's the music he's playing? Akuni says also the Inamio planners are up for 2021, so not into spending 25 USD for a planner. Good planners are pricey. You seem to enjoy going to the dentist for reasons. For good reasons, right? As usual, I'm gonna destroy that, but Luch Term Planner and Notebooks. All A5 hardback. Weekly planner and data notebooks. Do you get different colors for them? My highlight was at work because I got moved to different project. That's such a relief, Cyan, because you've been mentioning your work as being super duper problematic for a bit and like really unhealthy. So what a relief that you were able to be moved to a different project, so a different team, and possibly a much more healthy environment. Gerbil dance up with Aww. The music is Propane Nightmare. We've established that the gerbils like heavy rock, etc. type of music. I've created the playlist of the songs gerbils like. That's brilliant. Oh no, Kevin. Kevin says, oh yeah, I had my first live drawing class with a model. It was interesting, but the model did not put the robe back on when looking at our drawings. Yeah, it's always like you turn around and there's a naked person just right there and you go like, whoa, oh, okay. Yeah, for 2021, I got portrait for the planner, Pacific green, and navy ones for notebook. Ooh. Sally says, my big success for the week, I got the novel plot I've been working on for months to finally fall into place. Oh, that's great. That's really inspiring, usually, like, excited to get started, right? Oh, that's so funny that everyone's pets has a favorite type of music. Or a type of music they don't like. Olga's favorite music is salsa, like we're living in Miami all the time. It's a really interesting project, and best part of it, no working overtime. Oh yeah, overtime is so overrated for like so many jobs. I profoundly dislike overtime. I don't think it's right, I don't think it's fair, and I don't think it's justified like 95% of the time. 99% of the time. I've had so many situations, whether like personally or my friends, of like saying, oh, I have to do some overtime and I have to work like this night / weekend or whatnot. And then like when it's finally over and you're like, okay, so the thing I did like overtime on, how did it go through it? Like, oh, we ended up postponing it. And you're like, really? I mean, if they paid you overtime for the overtime, it's like, well, at least they paid you. But I've seen a lot of job situation where it was more of a, oh, but you'll have those hours in the bank. And you're like, yeah, that's great in theory, but in practice, there's almost never a good occasion to use up those hours in the bank because the project is too demanding, everybody's too busy, there's too much work to do, so there's not really an option to take time off. I also don't know how to draw plants. Plants are hard to draw, guys. Especially made-up plants that probably make no sense. Music gerbils like include American Woman, Beat It, Butterfly, Crazy Town. No One Knows. Ooh, that's a good one. That's the oh, I have the name of the band on the tip of my tongue. Ah, it's such a good song though. Spiderweb, Shoot the Thrills, Comes Out, Thunderstruck. 3s and 7s. Thunder. Sorry. Ah, what's the band of No One Knows? It's gonna bother me so much. Overtime on the salary is swear word. Yeah. Want me to draw? Oh, I haven't really replaced the camera. I use the hours from overtime to take Fridays off and have a long weekend. Well, it's glad. Oh, Queens of the Stone Age. Thank you so much, Otto. I was like, what is it? What is it? They have 2 songs of them that I really, really, really love, and No One Knows is one of them. And the other one I can't remember right now. Yeah, when I didn't do it often because, like I said, I hate overtime, and I would always be like, I'm going home. Or like try to limit as much overtime as possible because it's not something I approve of in general as a concept. And yeah, whenever you would have a couple of hours start up, there would never be a good occasion, a good time to just like be like, okay, I'm gonna take my banked hours. They would be like, no, but we need you to, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I was doing like overtime in a lab trying to find a cure for something that's going to be useful. Actually, I was working in animation studios. Like, yeah, I doubt any of this is not gonna be like still doable on Monday. Like, no one's gonna die. This is not life or death. This is just like me hating this job and having a shitty weekend, or me not doing that. And like, yeah, so often like they would crunch you, and then when you finally deliver, it's like on Friday. Like, yeah, no one is gonna look at it over the weekend, and no one is gonna look at it that early on Monday. What kind of reality are you in? I mean, it's nonsense. I said, oh, go with the flow. That's the one. I think. I mean, they're great overall. They're good. But there's a couple of songs that I can like put on repeat and listen for hours. Oh no. I wrecked my back working overtime on dire projects. The company would not hire enough people. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, people end up injuring themselves or really screwing up. Like, the lack of sleep is not good. It really messes up your schedule, and then you have to keep going as if you didn't do like overtime. Like, they don't go like, oh, can you rush on this, and then we're gonna give you a few days off so you can recover from it. It's always like, no, you rush on this, and then you keep on working as usual. And I'm like, wait, what? Blech. Hubby has been off this week, and I'm really glad because he's been doing 18 days. 18 hours a day? What? Hold on, what? a bit of paid or time off overtime is okay, but crunch time style is greedy, abusive, and bad leadership. Yeah, I agree. It's always like, it's always bad planning, and the one who have to like make up for it are the people that have the lower pay. Like, they're not the top echelon of the whole structure. They're not like producers or whatnot. It's always the people with, you know, the already busy schedule. And anyway, I could ramble on that for a long time. My favorite way of working was when I was hired to do a job on a production, and they would, like, when I would get there, it would be like in sort of in sections, because it was separated in episodes. So they would tell me, like, here's all the work you have to do for this episode, here is the deadline, manage your own schedule. And I was like, yeah, awesome, absolutely the best. So like, I know I had like X amount of days, X amount of work. I could like split it, get it all prepped up, and work on it. And I mean, it was a bit tough to get used to the rhythm in the beginning, so I did a tiny bit of overtime then, but I could plan my overtime so it would never be like crunch times. Like, if I was somehow getting behind on my planning, I could just say, okay, so I'm gonna stay an hour later than I would usually, which is still pretty decent, over a couple of days, and I'm gonna catch up that way. I wish I could do line work like you have. I love the balance of heavy, broken, soft lines. Practice. That's all there is to it. Practice, practice, practice. Yes, sorry, it starts at 7 a.m. and often finish between 10 and 2. Okay. Should I expect a lot of overtime in the animation industry? What kind of branch of the animation industry? I mean, you might be lucky to find work, period. So I really don't know about overtime then. But I got my Cintiq and some savings. Well, if they pay you for overwork, that's possibly the best outcome of being stuck doing overwork, like overtime and all that. If they pay you, and if they are decent and pay you at least more than your usual salary, which should be the case every time, that's like the best possible outcome for being stuck in that position. But I've never had that. I've always had overtime gets you banked hours that you can eventually sort of have as a vacation. I've heard there's a lot of issues with crunch time, overtime, and getting underpaid in a lot of jobs in the animation industry. Yeah. It really depends though, because you have animation for games, you have cartoon animation, like for TV shows and movies, so it's not exactly the same overall. Sorry. Oof. Very classy. Game development is really big on crunch time. Animation, not so much personally, like TV animation. My hubby is resilient to stress and usually handles it really well, but it has been a really crappy year. I want, speaking of t-shirt, I want, but it has been a really crappy year on the t-shirt. Please. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good thing. Otto says every time husbands work make people work over the weekends for a deadline, it never gets done. In fact, nothing gets achieved because the people are exhausted, so pointless. Yeah, that's the other thing about it too, is like working a regular number of hours in a day, which is, 8 or so. By the end of it, like the last hour is definitely not your best work. So what do you think you're gonna get if you extend this by many more hours? You're not gonna get good work. It's not gonna be great. Yeah, gaming is insane. We wanted to recreate our boutonniere from the wedding, so a huge bouquet of eucalyptus, dusty purple roses, and the biggest freaking thistles. That sounds gorgeous, honestly. I ended up in Austin because of Origin Systems served. Do you mean Origin, the sort of Steam clone platform for games? I don't know how to describe it, but like most BioWare games were or are on Origin. Pictures bedraggled kitty with tarnished tinsels. String of that freaking light. Is that the overtime? The overtime card? Sorry. Programmers for the gaming industry are usually really well paid, but there is still a bit more crunch time in that department. Crunch time is stupid. I miss Austin and tried to tell my hubby he would do so well there, but then visited a few years ago and it's so different from my days. It's also really, really hot, right? Anything in North America up to Montreal height is disgusting in the summer. Origin is made by EA, so only, yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. It was the Ultima MMO RPG because yeah, that's quite big. EA is awful. Absolutely. Well, most game companies are awful. Honestly, it's like when I have a few friends in the gaming industry, so whenever they talk about their situation or their job or whatnot, like sometimes you're like, jeepers. But we also I'm really surprised when a company is actually nice and like cares for their employees. It's like, wait, what? Hold on, they send you a gift? What? It's been a rough year as a cash. Oh, I need to write that down. I need to make that my... If you let me, Amisha, I absolutely need to draw that to make it a card for the new year or something. Bedraggled kitty with tarnished tinsels. It's been a rough year. It's like understatement of the century. you think, okay, that's gonna be gross for some people and I apologize in advance, but do you think the tinsel would have to come out of the cat's butt? Because that's always been the thing with cats, like, you have to be super careful where you put the good old school tinsel in your tree, because they either try to eat it or it really clings to their fur because of static, and then they eat it when they wash themselves. So whatever they eat ends up coming out the other way too, so tinsel poop. Or just like a string of tinsel coming out of a cat's butt. I'm sorry. And 7 allergy zones in Austin, so terrible. Ooh. Origin was its own company, but EA bought it. Oh, okay. That was the worst possible outcome. That's a thing, yeah. EA throws the most amazing Christmas parties, but really, they wouldn't need to throw a huge party to make up for horribly... Yeah, definitely. They could make a much smaller party and just give their employees more money. It's always been the thing, like... Me being an hermit, as you guys know, whenever I had, like, Christmas parties and jobs, I was always like, ugh, can I not? Do I have to go? I have nothing to say. There's gonna be music and alcohol, which, blech. And can you just make sure we have, like, I don't know, croissant on Monday when we come back, rather than this. But you have alcohol and a dinner, and I'm like, I don't care. This is not fun. I see these people every day at work. I don't need to spend this time with them too. I want to go home to my cats. There you go. It's me in a nutshell. Yes, tinsel from Cat's Butt. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Sally. I really hope you have a great weekend. Off to play tennis up on the mountain. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Cyan. A string of tinsel out of the corner of the mouth would be accurate and less gross. You know, if you really want to go the full route of the awful card, you have to make it so that you draw like the cat from the front, and then when you open the card, you have the butt printed like here. And it's like, ha ha, and you could have like actual tinsel coming out of the butt. You know, when they have 3D elements? Yeah, that would be super gross. Have a team day next Friday. I would much rather be at home, at work, alone in darkness. Oh my gosh, yes. Spoken like a true introvert. Dude, I don't think I can say anything that is not fully like leave me alone introvert. I just don't. Oh, and I mean, the parties, like, oh yeah, we have a party on Friday, and you're like they frown at you if you're like, I don't want to go, and I'll go. But after a while, you kind of stop caring about that. I'm too old. I don't care. I have other shit to do that is not work. Pardon my French. Oh, any tips for cats versus Christmas tree? It really depends. If your cat decides to climb the Christmas tree, there's really nothing you can do. But if the cat is not too much of a climber, keep the indestructible ornaments or the ones you like the less for the bottom of the tree. That's what we used to do with my childhood cat. We would put all the pretty fancy ornaments that my mom really loved at the more at the top. And now near the bottom, we would put the big nondescript, because everything was glass. We didn't have any fake ornaments, fake glass. Didn't have any plastic ornaments. Yeah. So we would keep like the most sturdy stuff at the bottom of the tree. And we would also try not to put tinsel too much at the bottom, because the cat would like to go under the tree and he would come out covered in tinsel. Just give up, you will always lose. Oh no, please, that sounds like no fun. You can make the butter pop off. My my favorite introvert meme. Univerts. I give up. Introverts unite separately in your own homes. Definitely. This card sounds like it's time for an Eve Lindsay collab. Our company had a 2-digit percentage profit. Whoa. And we, the developers, got muffins and jello. There weren't even muffins for everyone in the office. Yeah. High five at a distance. Yeah. I mean, for all of us hardcore introverts, this whole quarantine thing is really not that bad, you know. I'm okay. I'm fine with it. Like, hey, I finally have a really good reason to walk away from people when I'm outside on walks. Like, I don't have to walk near anyone. And no one is gonna look at me twice for doing that. Oh yeah, fake socializing BS. It's just like you. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Not. There hasn't been a single time where I was like, oh, I really enjoyed this party, or I really missed out on something. Like, I mean, once you're there, you find the people you enjoy talking to, and you try to stick around. But there was always this like really exhausted mood by the end of it, and like having to commute home, which would take like forever, and you're like, I'm not I'm not paid for this. I'm paid for like whatever job description they gave me. Like, yeah, like the team building paintball turned real machine gun. That's funny you mentioned Good Omens, because I finished watching it not long ago, and that scene really cracked me up. At least you could be in what's ambivert, like a bit in between. It's a range. You can be all the way to one end, all the way to the other one, but you could be anywhere in between too. Very big on the French exit at parties. What's the French exit? Nothing's worse than seeing evidence that your cat's been eating the tinsel again as she walks away. Definitely. I'm like, oh no. Do you call the half sleeves you wear sometimes? Like when I think Otto might know the proper name for them, but I think they're just like sleeve protectors or sleeve covers, maybe. You do your hellos to everyone, then quietly sneak away, but don't say bye. Oh yeah, I mean it was already a big tasking thing to do the hellos to everyone. I mean, if I have to go and bother everyone again, and everyone's in conversation, I would do the French exit too often, and sometimes I would track back because on my way out I would be like, should I have said like at least bye to the producer or someone like important, and I was like, I don't know how to human, but yeah, dude, the French exit is the only exit. People are busy in conversation and you show up and you're like, I'm leaving, bye. It's like, no. Just poof. Gone. You mean like arm covers? I actually don't know the real name for them. Oh no. But yeah, the elastic at the wrist, elastic at the elbow, and it's fabric in between, so it protects your sleeves when you're either painting or like cooking. I always say that I need to go walk my dog, then I never come back. Yeah, definitely. Why would you come back after that? Oh no! Amisha says, my sweetheart did not want to attend his own retirement party. He went and basically tried to hide in a corner at his own party. Aw. That's a feeling that I think most of us can understand. My husband does the social interaction for both of us. It's convenient that we... Yeah, definitely. For some reason, I thought they had a fancy name. Yeah, I don't remember what I searched to find them. I think I was looking for something else, and I saw them, and I was like, oh, hold on, that's something I've been looking for. But I don't think the name was anything fancy. Yeah, I used to be really big on just joining a group of people and just listening. Just having nothing to say, but just like at least they're not gonna it's not gonna show too much that this is not my environment. I found those arm covers listed as baker sleeves. Oh, interesting. Would make sense too. When I was married, my husband's company sent him to the shared big parties with Lever Brothers and Procter & Gamble. Ooh. And I used to say, we have to go, the nanny is charging triple overtime. We had no kids. Ah. Oversleeves? Possibly. But he had a picture of children on his desk because they didn't trust guys who had no... Really? What? Oh, that's so... Oh, that's so mind-melting. So you just bought a frame and kept the picture that came with it. What? What? Completely mind blown. They didn't trust guys who had no family pictures on their discs. Nice. That's wow. Honestly, that's also genius. Can you imagine having a growing collection of frames but that have the default images in them? It just cracks me up, like the made-up fake family at the top. Yes, domestic science companies, they had to have a family man. Wow. It's just such a funny mental image of like, not exactly a mental image, but such a funny idea to picture the desk full of random stock photos in them. Ah, dude. What if someone who's from also bought the frames? I was way off the wall for them. They couldn't understand, but they could understand money. Oh my gosh. No, we had real kids from his cousin. We had to update so they would stay the right ages. Yeah, I guess, but still kind of funny too. Call the cousin and say, "Hey, cousin, do you think you could send me a new picture of your kids?" Okay. Well, I mean, aside from the fact that I like my nephews and nieces, but I need a new one for work. Back with tea. And gerbils have had their pumpkin seed training. Oh, cute. Okay, pictures with you guys in them. Okay. Wow. That's a lot of attention to detail for something that most of us would have never expected to be a thing. Like, yikes. Oh yeah, I did them all. At family gatherings. Come here, I need to do a selfie for work. Ah, dang. My dog is howling in his sleep. Oh, what? Yes, we all were in mystery. It was collusion. He was the token Jew. Oh, good grief. I have cat hair in my eyes. Hey, have a great nap, Jill. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good lunch, Phoebe. So, I think these... What's the order of these? I don't remember. So, this one is first. It's the cookie one. So, it's the plant. Oh, I have to... The soaps, Brillo pads, sponges had to be cellulose. Oh. Oh no, Kevin. Right, I'll go get some painting water. I will be right back. Now why? Okay, whew. Oh my god, Ninja just came downstairs and she has the zoomies. Aww. Dug in the pictures for the Revlon people. Ugh. Hey Mallory, hi. Hey Barbara. I may not be able to order from Jackson's, but I got 2 boxes of Daniel Smith dots and I'm excited. Ooh. Wow, 2 boxes? $36 dots each. Whoa. I forgot that I think these 2 needs to be mackerel tabbies. So that's stripy tabbies. Not regular tabbies, yeah. Well, I can adjust that later. Happy Art Supplies Shuffle. That's perfectly fine. I kind of want to rewatch That Bucket Is Not Long for This World. What bucket? Bucket, bucket, bucket. Oh my god, I just startled Opal and she flew afterwards. Oh no! Wow! Whoa, that's a lot of spring in those tiny legs though. Jackson's isn't shipping to the US. Really? That's weird. I thought they did. We often startle out the bucket. I mean the cup, right? Yeah, that cup of tea is gonna end up on the floor. Oh no. But yeah, I often startle Pickle because she's always so much in her thoughts that sometimes like we don't even try to be sneaky. I'm just gonna like I've been walking around and I'm not being like sneaky at all and I just do my thing and I poke her because she's there and she goes like woo! And I'm like but you knew I was there. Why are you so startled? You're so silly, little cat. Yeah, it's one of those super big cups because I don't know, if I find that small teacups are rather sad. It's like your tea is all gone before you you kind of want to. I'm always like, why am I already out of tea? Everything I thought it specifically said it couldn't ship my order because I'm in the US. Wait, what? I was looking at certain things recently on Jackson's, and it said in the description that it didn't ship to the US, but I thought that might be just the occasional item. I don't know why they would stop shipping to the US altogether. That's weird. I agree, a teacup should be a twender, definitely. If a teacup doesn't hold at least 500 ml of liquid, it's too small. It's gonna be drank way too fast. I want fat mugs. Same for anything for water too. I like to use this one. Does it say how much ml in it? It says 20 ounces. So considering that 8 ounces is a cup, so that's 2 cups and a half. It might be because postal service from UK to the USA is hugely delayed. I've had lots of complaints about my packages. I can only imagine how many Jacksons are getting. It's kind of weird because I'm in Canada and it's fine. But then again, we might have it a bit more under control as far as COVID things go for now. I don't think any big country has it fully under control, but it's sadly it's kind of hard to do worse than the US. It's like really hard to do worse. We've got crazy Trump people who work for the post office throwing out mail. Really? Wow, that's kind of a new low. I'm super offended. I'm really offended. I don't know why, but like everything post related, I've always been really keen about. Like even as a kid, I would be fascinated by the concept of mailing things out. And now, I mean, I rely on it a lot. So, and I have to send things to the US. So, I really hope they don't end up throwing out the packages we send. Why not just send them back? The feels when you spend 5 minutes getting the eraser out of your mechanical pencil only to find that the spare one you have is too small. Oh no. Yeah, right, Barbara. They're just throwing mail out and I don't understand how we're supposed to have an election with mail-in ballot. Yeah, I mean, the year is not over and it is not letting up 1 second, right? Not hard to do worse than the US in all aspects. Aw. Well, at least the US has some really nice people. Oh yeah, Ken Bromley. Ken Bromley is great, but shipping is a bit more expensive to North America, I think. My dad works for the post office as a carrier. I haven't heard about mail being thrown out. I'll ask him about it. They're trying to thwart the election by throwing out ballots in the mail. I am a really nice person from the US. I just pretend I'm from Canada when I travel. Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, Canada has its fair share of terrible people too, but I will take Justin Trudeau over Trump, like, without even thinking about it. I don't even have to consider it. Let's not talk about politics too much, because that's a really divisive or sad or depressing topic, whatever you want to make it. But yeah, what a weird time to be alive, for sure. I've heard about that before, like American people would put Canadian flags and like trinkets on their bag to pass as Canadians rather than Americans. Wow, I dropped some extensive amount of water on there. Whoa, that's super intense. That's absolutely not the color I wanted. It's the second mention I've seen on the news, the actual news and multiple sources, not InfoWars or something. Postal checking, man. I mean, InfoWars is if InfoWars is a source of anything, it is a source of really insane memes featuring Alex Jones. That's basically what it's a source of. Terrible people in Canada go incognito. Getting caught being terrible is really not polite. Oh, great. I love it. It is so easy being nice. Everyone should try it. This cookie licking cat, or this cat licking a cookie, is inspired by Scout, who did that once. She will lick anything. She's the worst trash can ever. The thrown out mail reports have been debunked. Yes, 5 ballots were thrown out by a temp worker, but it was only those 5 and it was cut. I hope so. In other countries, yes, that's a thing. If we travel, we pretend we're Canadian. You have to be super duper polite, though. That's the best way to pass as a Canadian. And you have to say a boot and and talk about maple syrup a lot. I mean, that reminds me, Mr. E sent me a picture earlier that his family had set aside 4 cans of maple syrup for us. For next time we see, like, people. Like, yep. Since I actually lived in Canada for 5 years, I don't feel so much it's a lie as an exaggeration. Oh yeah, definitely. That darn cookie licking cat, definitely. She was also licking biscottis the times I made them. Does Cat lick each cookie on the plate? No, she will find one. She will find one. She will, like, get to the closest one and lick it. I know you're joking, Ev, but I've never once heard a Canadian say a boot. I've heard a boot a few times, but the one I hear the most is sorry. I'm sorry. It's always weird. It's really weird when you're a French Canadian, because souris in French is mouse. So when I hear souris, I'm like, what? Hold on, wait, my brain is trying to catch up. My mom would have sausages for us. See? Same idea. The the one that got me was calling caps or hats loonies. Loonies and toonies. That's no, that's the dollar and the $2 coin.
Hey, Patricia!
It's nice to see you. I hope you've been doing well. How are you and how is Sydney? Thank you for being here, Amisha. I hope you have a great babysitting weekend. And I don't even like them. You don't like sausages? What was the funny O? Was it took? Yeah, and took. It's a beanie. It's like a winter hat, a knit winter hat. And took. So I guess if it was an English speaking person, it would have been a toque. Or yeah, talk. But yeah, no, we say toque in French. Toque. But yeah, the loonie is the dollar coin because it has a loon on the back. And the toonie is called the toonie because it's a $2 coin. Very equalizing hats, ugly on everybody. Yeah, I don't think the goal of a tuck or toque is to be fashionable. I think it's to survive the minus 30 Celsius temperature, because you can stuff it under a hoodie, like a hood of a coat or something. Sydney's great and I'm great too. It's a gorgeous fall day here, 21 C and sunny. Oh, you're fortunate that it's nice. Over here it's about the same temperature, but it has a lot of humidity. So I tried opening the window and I was like, ugh, no, bye. I closed it back. I was like, I will keep my freezing inside temperature that requires a hoodie. I don't want that warmth. Sausages are hit or miss for me lately. Boudin. Is it boudin? Like, is it blood sausage? Or is it boudin? Louisiana sausage are amazing. Tuck makes me think of took, which then makes my nerd brain go, wait a minute. Fool of a toque? Crazy hat. I only like breakfast sausages. Weird spicy sausages. Ooh, I'll end up tasting like licorice. That's weird. My grandma has a really peculiar way of saying sausage in French, and I really like it. It's like my favorite thing. When randomly like we talk about stuff and we end up mentioning sausages for a reason or another, and I'm always like, oh. I'm living in a basement. In the morning, it feels like I'm camping because it's so damp. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, my paper is going to be too dry to do anything good about it, but I can't settle down on a color. I need a color for the background. Let's grab this one. Because of the fennel seeds that some sausages are seasoned with. Fennel tastes good though. It's not too bad. I think the first way you said it was correct. Louisiana does have French influence. So okay, so it's a boudin. It's blood sausage in French. You can handle wasabi hunks. Too many languages at once. My grandmother had an old Canadian accent, which isn't very different except for the odd word. She said the word wash like wash. I have one grandmother that is from France, and my other grandmother was from here. So quite the different background in both cases. I keep forgetting to call my grandma though. Real wasabi ice cream is actually quite good. Aniseed? Aniseed has a taste... Oh, anise, yeah. Has a taste a bit like fennel. If I can finish laying down the first wash on these, we can take out the jelly bean machine and see what it has to offer us today. Anise and fennel. It was funny. Did you guys notice, like last week we were talking about licorice again? And during the week, YouTuber Chubby Emu, who does really great like medical videos, a bit like condensed Dr. House without all the drama in a way, and he posted a video on the effect that eating licorice could have in a specific case. We discovered this morning that my cat peed in boxes and oh no, I spent the last 2 hours cleaning and trying to salvage stuff. No matter how many times I wash my hands, I can't get the smell off. Well, you're in the good crowd to ask for tips and advice about that. I think maybe someone here has a way of has that knowledge possibly. Oh. Is your cat a male cat or is it a female? We use vinegar to sort of rinse out the litter box, and it seems to help with getting rid of the special smell of cat pee. I'm sure licorice is medicinal with how gross some people find. That's a nice way to get around to that. And I know Alex mentioned it. There's a specific brand of products that are made to help get rid of those smells. We use full-on cleaning vinegar, like the 10% one, straight up. We rinse it, of course, but like we noticed that if we just disinfect the box with the disinfecting spray we have, it still kind of smells of cat pee. So we always try vinegar with everything, so I tried the 10% vinegar and it really helped. But yeah, there's a whole brand of product that are made to help clear out like animal smells from things. Root beer is another one that people that didn't grow up with think tastes of medicine. Yeah, it tastes of wintergreen, doesn't it? And I think it was made in old alcohol barrels or something. So it has a really weird taste. I'm going to try it now. He peed in my brother's hockey equipment. Ooh, so I have to figure out how to get it out of his skates. And he peed in his box full of stuff from childhood. Oh, dang. Yeah, if you can, maybe on Google. I'm not gonna lie, my jewelry only just now started to be wearable. And I tried everything. So the cat peed on your jewelry? Yeep. Hold on, let me... It's gonna bother me so much. There's one product that is called Resolve Urine Destroyer. Sorry, what? There's a few brands on Amazon, but Nature's Miracle is the one I had seen. Kind of looks like this. Yeah, okay. Nature's Miracle is a big spray bottle. I love that one part of the chat is talking about weird sodas, and the other part is talking about how to clean cat pee odor from stuff. A lot of variety in here. I'm at Chunker Dude. my god, I'm literally watching a movie and Doug is going weird as we're all talking about cat pee. Yeah! Nope, that's not the water one. I feel like the big chunker cat should have a white belly, but aside from that... Chunker dude. Elderberry is so different. You get that sweetness. Yeah, I really like the like you can get elderberry syrup. Well, you could at least at IKEA, and you would dilute it with, I guess, either water or mineral water. It's really nice taste. Oh, blackberries. Blackberries are kind of weird. Like, you know how raspberries are hollow in the middle? And blackberries have like this white stuffing in there. They hold their shape a bit better because of that. Hey, welcome back, Phoebe. It's amazing, warm and cool. Really? I would have to find a a sugarless, like a non-sweet elderberry flavor. Hot sugar drink really weird me out. What? I don't know. I think blackberries, if you look like where a raspberry is like a hollow thing, the blackberry, they kind of have a bit of like a bit of flesh in there rather than being just emptiness. Emptiness like my soul. Ew. Oh yeah, blueberries are great. Such a bummer. I don't recall that and now I'm weirded out. Hold on, I will... Maybe I'm the weird one in this, but... It's a bit like how mulberries are just like mutant blackberries that are super long. I was like, what the... How? And they grow on a tree instead of in a bush too. Berries are weird, man. I kind of feel like Chunky should be white. Big white cat, a bit like a big cloud. Okay, hold on. It looks like Chunker Dude is in space. Oh, that would be fun. If you paint it with white watercolor. I'm probably gonna use white gouache eventually because like the blue is seeping in and that's the effect I want. But yeah, I usually come back on these with a bit of white gouache. Or a really nice white brush pen that Otto had gotten for me. This has been quite useful. I think I'm gonna make it white. It's gonna be like a big white fluffy cloud cat. Let's look up blackberries. Just blackberry. No, not the phone thingy. Yeah, mulberries are weird. Well, you can't really see it all that much, but let me... No, can I just get the pick? Oh. Big ass blackberry. You know, there's kind of this innard part. I don't know if you can see, but there's like all the blackberry and then the mook in the middle. That's why it doesn't like squish as easily as raspberries. Hey, bye Patricia, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great week and give a few pets to Sydney for us. Cranberries are weird. A berry that grows in its own bug. Stroll at your phone. Cranberries are super weird. Did you see how they picked them up? Yeah, that's what I mean, Paulo. Like the raspberry they're attached to it, but when you pick them up, they don't keep it. And when you buy raspberry, usually they're just the bucket. The empty bucket. But yeah, cranberries, I think we grow a lot of cranberries here in Quebec, and the way they sort of harvest them, I think, is they flood the field, and the cranberries are hollow in them, like they have air pockets in them, and they all float to the top, and then they pick up the floating cranberries. I thought that was rather good. That's kind of clever. You know what time it is? It is jelly bean time. And there you go. Oh, I'm running out of money. I can't put the cranberries too bitter for me. I kind of like cranberries, but I don't like that they always put sugar on with them. I like the bitterness. I've only drank... Yeah, that's usually when I consume cranberries as well, though I would always end up losing the juice, because like you don't go through that much cranberry juice. And then I realized that they make cranberry like sort of pills that are just full of cranberry powder. So I usually get that. That keeps for a little bit longer than the juice. Cranberry harvesting is pretty interesting. Is that why they're always in water in those Ocean Spray commercial? Possible. Ah, whoa, cool. Fairy Dust says 2 people could hold the sheet and one would reach for a branch and give it a shake. Perfectly ripe mulberries would fall off. The rest would stay on the branch. That's a good idea. Hope. Chocolate. Oh, cinnamon. Yum, yum, yum. What kind of sound am I supposed to do? Hope. Maple syrup. Let's get a few more. The word slice and from a can does not compute in my head. Well, it's a jelly, so it takes the shape of the can. Hey, bye Mallory, thank you so much for being here. But yeah, it's a jelly, so it takes up the shape of the can it's in. But yeah, it's not a cute look though. Yeah. Okay, so that one is caramel popcorn. That one is possibly chocolate again. It's gotta be some sort of lemony nonsense. I wonder if these two are the same, because this one doesn't have any dots on it and this one has dots. This one is clearly watermelon, which is really cool in Jelly Bean world, in Jelly Belly world, because it's green on the outside. And you can't see, but it's pink on the inside. So it's like a real watermelon in a way. Hey, it is Thanksgiving weekend, right? So you guys, are you guys doing anything for Thanksgiving? Hey, thank you so much for being here, Okuni. Give the Marmalade boys a couple of pets for us. Lemony nonsense goes on the great ending list. Oh, I'm so sorry, Barbara. It's next month for Thanksgiving. Oh, well, ours is this weekend. Canadian Thanksgiving. Oh, that was indeed lemony nonsense. Blah. Oh, okay. Well, Canadians, we celebrate Thanksgiving this weekend. People have Monday off. Not me, though. Squish that bean, squish that bean. I think that one was coffee. I don't think I've ever eaten an actual Thanksgiving meal. I got no idea what goes in it. Well, now I have a bit of an idea, but yummy popcorn. You should draw a freaked out cat with chili bean Toby. I mean, you're saying that, but on Discord, the emoji I set up for toe beans is basically a pink jelly belly bean. Like one of these here, if you can see. Oh, no, you can't. It's this one here. That's the image I set up to be the emoji for toe beans. Alright, so here I have a mango, pear, tutti frutti, cinnamon. I think this one is either island punch or like plum or something, and this is probably lime. Green bean casserole is like green beans in a cream sauce with onions. Yes. Ugh. Ew. Ugh. I mean, lime candy tastes like cleaner. Green bean casserole, cream of mushroom soup, Campbell's variety, canned green beans and canned onion rings. Wait, what are canned onion rings? Oh, it's legit the... Okay. Hey! Hi, Melissa! Happy birthday to your mom! Onion rings? Like the whole ring? In theory, green bean casserole sounds gross. But at least to me it's actually quite good. It does sound rather gross, I'm sorry. Oh no, that one is birthday cake. I love how every non-American person in the chat is kind of lost right now. It's like me trying to describe the Sugar Shack typical meal. Box of paint. I think it might be because French is a brand. They have like French mustard, but it's not French mustard, it's French brand mustard. So maybe that's why she called it French fried onions, because they were fried onions made by French. America's got some weird food, I'll say that. Not gonna argue. Potatoes are awesome. Ew, mango jelly bean is weird. Doesn't taste like mango. French brand fried onion flavored crunchies. Nice. The pear jelly beans are really, really good. They taste just like pear. It's like bacon bits but prepackaged fried onion bits. If you had to give up mashed potatoes or mac and cheese, which would you give up? I would give up mac and cheese, easy, no contest. I'm with you on that. Though, I would probably have the potatoes before they're mashed. Like, just boiled potatoes, fine by me. Cinnamon. Okay, where are we on the drying? Still good. Otto says, I can't complain about weird food. We dry egg sacks of sea cucumbers and call it a delicacy in Japan. Crispy fried onions in a can for protection from squashing. But how do they stay crunchy though? Because you would think that being in a closed can, like, do they put in the desiccant packets in there? Egg sack of anything sounds, yeah, it sounds pretty, I agree. They go soggy really fast once opened. Ugh. It's not a can anymore, it's a plastic tub. Anyone ever craved a food they've never had? That's a really interesting question. Try to think if I've ever craved something I've never had. Cat hair, cat hair. No, how can that even happen? In Japan we have a concept called betsubara, literally means another stomach. I have a massive betsubara for Risalema. Oh, that's funny. I was watching a video about nutrition and food stuff recently, and it was really interesting. They had a section where the person talks about how when we eat something we sort of get used to a specific taste. Say you're eating spaghetti. Like, the first bite of spaghetti that you take is really, really awesome. You're like, oh, this is a great spaghetti, it's yummy. And the more you eat it, the less this effect is strong. Like, you get pretty bored about the spaghetti by the time you're done. But that was, like, sort of the hype for the spaghetti flavor. sorry, it's why sometimes when you eat a big plate of spaghetti and you're full, but someone brings over chocolate cake, and suddenly you're like, oh, I can stuff in a piece of chocolate cake. It's because this taste is new. So the first bite of chocolate cake you will take will be awesome because it's not spaghetti, it's another taste. So I wonder if that's sort of the same idea than the second stomach. Hi, things! She said "Mrr," and took off. Well, hi to you too, Mrs. Things. Scout just says grosse bibite. French onion soup. That's a good one. It always cracked me up that it's often one of those on like Gordon Ramsay's shows that is destroyed by like restaurateurs or other chefs. It's not that hard to do, guys. I am eating fudge stripe cookies. Like a shortcake cookie with fudge. Ooh. Oh my god, she's back. Ugh. Why do this? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Scout mauled me in the neck when she was trying to get to the chair behind me earlier on. Like, dude, you could just like I tried to put you on there. Ah, silly girl. What's a food you crave the most from somewhere you've traveled? Oh, I haven't traveled a lot, but I would say that the Quingaman from Brittany, Normandy, Saint-Malo are something I wish I had eaten more of. And also the galettes, the galette they have over there are pretty amazing. It's basically like a crepe, but it's made with buckwheat, and it usually has a salty topping. It's not a sweet crepe. It's a savory one. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yes, I've had those buckwheat crepes. They're so good. They are, right? And in Saint-Malo, they have this preparation that is basically... I don't remember the name of it, but it has a weird French name. And it's onions that are like cooked forever into a mix of butter and a bit of flour, I think. So they become really creamy and really caramelized, and it's delicious on a buckwheat crepe. Buckwheat crepe. Blech. Whew. Reindeer from Sweden in these bready pancakes filled with mashed potatoes and lingonberry jam. Ooh. Key lime pie. Good sushi or ramen. Haggis with neeps. Whoa. And hold on. Hangik jut. Spinach soup. Fried ice cream. Oof. Ohio cinnamon chili. Really? With mustard on cheese dogs. Whoa. That's a unique mix. To be sure. Constantly dreaming of everything bagels. I miss them so much. Toasted and with some plain cream cheese. I gain 30 pounds when I visit home. That's not exaggerated. I dream of this chili. Could you make it yourself, or does it require some really specific items that are hard to find? I crave a truffle pasta from Lucca, Italy. Fresh truffles piled high, and it was super affordable. Mushrooms are great. Pineapple smoothie. I think my handwriting gets worse the more I draw. Does anyone has the same issue? That's interesting. And Xiangbing, and proper good Chinese food in general. But there's just something about Xiangbing that I love. What is it? It's a specific recipe. My dad used to ship it. The ingredients to me here. Oh, that's so sweet. In Seattle, Washington, there's a restaurant called Ivar's Seafood, and it's exactly what you'd think of it. I love eating their fresh seafood pasta dishes, and eating it by the ocean makes it even better. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? I love that we always end up talking about food. We do. We really, really do. Which, I mean, perfect. That's something that we all have in common. We all eat food, right? C'est toi ça? Ouais? Ouais, salut! Salut, grande fille! Bonjour! Oh, ça c'est un gros stretch! Ouais! Ouais! Ah ouais? C'est bon. When I went on my honeymoon, I also happened to be 1 month pregnant and had started craving nothing but Greek food. Luckily, there were 3 that delivered. miso. Oh yeah, that kind of looks like light miso broth, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I'm not particularly craving any specific dish, but I'm craving the experience of not having to cook it myself. That's what I'm really craving. Like with the quarantine and the working from home, I've been doing like, instead of preparing one meal per day for the two of us, I prepare 2 meals a day for the two of us. And I'm not someone who enjoys cooking to begin with, so I'm kind of fed up with it. I'm just like, bleh. What? Food again? Ugh. Miso. Oh my goodness, they call it phonetically tamale. Hot tamales. Sorry. I want ramen with miso for lunch. Learn some crockpot recipes, just dump it in and have it. I guess I should, but that still requires like prep work. And we don't eat a lot of meat in here, so like, what am I supposed to put in the crockpot? It seems like people use it mostly for cooking meat. I've mostly used it to cook beans, because dry beans are really, 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 really cheap. So in the winter, I will just like cook random beans on it and have it in the fridge for a couple of days, so we have beans on hand. On hand? On hand. Tamale. I'm eating again right now, and still I crave all the things in the chat. We started to have salad for lunch because we cooked so much and we're fed up. Crackpot, now I want to make roast beef and chicken and dumplings. I need to go eat. You all have done it. Bye. Have fun, Mikey. Enjoy the food. Where's my pressure cooker? Pressure cooker will really cook things up fast. But if you don't set it up properly, it makes a mess. Xiangbing is a street food thing. It's like a crepe type thing with an egg, some sauces smeared on top, usually some scallions and a variety of toppings, all folded up and eaten for breakfast. That sounds good. Like a breakfast burrito in a way. Yeah, it can explode. I think my parents had an instance of a pressure cooker exploding a long time ago. They forgot to set it up properly, and I think it spewed chicken everywhere, like pureed chicken. Like, the first thing I would do if I was rich would be definitely to hire a chef or a cook or something. Like, hi, can you please prepare food that is good and that doesn't have any dairy in it and not so much meat? Okay, thanks, bye. Here's some money. One of my neighbors as a kid, hers blew up and destroyed their ceiling. I mean, that's funny, right? Hey, have a great lunch, Tsukabu. Ooh, smoked shrimp. That sounds amazing. That would be a thing I have never eaten that I might possibly crave. I don't know why, but smoked fish is really, really nice. I prefer it to regular cooked. Like, it's either raw or smoked. A smoked mackerel is so better than cooked mackerel. Cooked mackerel was really a disappointment. You gotta depressurize the crock pot or it will blow the food. Yeah, exactly. The pressure cooker. Yeah, my parents had a very old school one, and you know, you had to put the thing on top that would and sort of release the steam like that. And I think one time they didn't set it properly, so it was not releasing any steam, and the thing just like flew off. I don't mind cooking, I just don't want to clean up after. Yeah, I kind of do both here, so super duper extra fed up. Mackerel pressed sushi is really, really good. I mean, I would absolutely try all the sushi in Japan. Not here, but in Japan, I mean, they know what they're doing with fish and raw fish. So that, I mean, I would try the weird stuff over there because I know it's prepared the way it's supposed to be prepared. Like, it's not like me trying to prepare something and not knowing what I'm doing and it tastes like butt. Did you have access to that kind of very, very fresh fruit and veggie fairy dust? I made sausages 3 nights ago and still need to clean the pan. Oof. They were amazing. Ah, damn. They were home smoked just before we got them in a huge pile on the table. There was black pepper, lemon wedges, and really good baguettes for those who want that on top. That sounds completely amazing. Oh man. Home smoked shrimps. That's next level. Yeah, I kind of have to clean after each meal. Mr. E really doesn't enjoy having food in the... Not food, no, but dishes in the sink. So he usually cleans up after breakfast and I do the rest of the day. But sometimes I'm just like, yeah, there's like 2 plates in the sink. I'm not gonna clean everything for 2 plates. Or if I really feel the motivation, I will clean the 2 plates and be like, yeah, that's 2 plates done. But it's not a constant thing. Sometimes I just don't give a rat's ass about stupid dishes. And I'm like, yeah, it can wait. I can do it much later. I love vegetarian sushi, but I've never tried good non-veggie sushi. Sushi. Sushi is about one of the very few things we can get here, because there's not a lot of good restaurants in the neighborhood, and gotta always like be wary of things that will end up with a bunch of dairy in it. So sushi is usually a really safe bet, plus the ones we have access to are delicious. So we usually have sushi once a week, at least. Sometimes twice a week if I make sushi in the same week. But yeah, I always like buy smoked fish to use in my homemade sushi because I don't trust the fresh fish around here. I once had giant smoked prawns and they were as big as the palm of my hand, so big I had to cut them up. Oh wow. I'll eat really mediocre sushi and like it because I'm a basic fish. I mean, It's not about like the fanciness of the sushi. It just has to be fresh fish. If the fish is fresh, it's good. It doesn't have to be elaborate sushi fillings or combination or whatnot. But what I'm wary of is not fresh fish, because that usually means spending a lot of time sitting or facing the toilet, if you know what I mean. Yep, when visiting my extended family, my dad's from a village, they grow a lot of fruit. And the nearby city where most of my extended family lives is surrounded by villages. Ooh. Raw fish? Uh-oh, no thank you. Oh, but it's so good though. Like, raw tuna is a lot more of an interesting texture than cooked tuna. Cooked tuna is so dry. The one that I noticed the biggest difference is scallops? Yeah, scallops. Raw scallops are like soft and buttery, while cooked scallops, they have more of it like a stringy chicken flesh texture. The sushi tastes fishy. If the fish is fresh, it doesn't. That's the thing with sushi. If it's lower quality, it can taste pretty fishy. Yeah, exactly. If it's like a bit the less fancy fish. I don't know if it was overcooked. It was just like what my mom would do. I mean, it was fine, but I much prefer raw scallops than cooked ones. They're much better. The texture is amazing. Look, I'm not gonna mention the scallops I would cook myself. Those would probably be really overcooked because I wouldn't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I think the ones my mom would do was pretty fine. But it's just not the same thing. I don't want to discount fish top sushi, but I also don't want to spend the money for the fancy stuff when I know for sure I'll like the veggie option. Oh, by all means. I mean, if you like the veggie ones and don't want to try absolutely the one with fish, keep up to the veggie ones. The fish are going to be happier in a way, and you too, and it's going to be less pricey. Because fancy fish for sushi is expensive, so the sushi with fancy fish in them are more pricey. But yeah, I mean, if the veggie options are great, by all means, keep up to them. My partners make the yummiest... Well, you gotta keep in mind, guys, that I'm not big on meat in general. I mean, something that you would be like, oh, this is the best whatever or something, might not be something that I would be as impressed with. So I'm like, eh. Like, even a good, like, cooked steak, I don't know, I just don't have a lot of, I kind of get tired of the taste of meat rather quickly. Unless a few cases, but yeah, I'm not a big meat person. Cooked fish? Well, you can have a lot of sushi with cooked fish. I mean, if a sushi has shrimp in it, it's often cooked shrimps. You can have smoked salmon as well in sushi. And that's sort of not exactly raw, but like not exactly cooked either. But it's usually a bit more stable than completely raw fish. A good steak and all of the sea bugs and you'll never be rid of me. It's a good thing that you enjoy them, because I think those things are more friendly with Crohn's than other things. Though I knew a person with Crohn's as well, and she would eat like a fair amount of meat as well, because that was one of the things that would be fine. Work well. Honestly, I don't do well with a lot of seafood. I can't do fish unless it's got a lot of bones, and I know I like lobster soup, but other than that, seafood just doesn't do much for me. Oh, I had some super cheap veggie sushi in the mall food court in Vienna. So good. I ate there like 3 times in a few days. Yeah, veggie sushi, it's kind of less it depends less on how good the material is. Like, it's kind of easier to find good veggies than to find like super nice tasting fish. Like, avocado is always a good one. But like, we used to eat like a bit of everything when I was a kid, and lobsters I would eat like the claws, and the rest would gross me out. That would be the end of that. Like, when people eat the green stuff in the lobsters, I would be like, "Yep, I'm gone, bye." Not for me. Ugh. I feel like I don't like meat enough, and that any meat I'm consuming is sort of wasted on me because I don't fully appreciate it. So I really don't mind not eating much meat. My sister and I broke free of my family's only shrimp, catfish, and crawdads. Only for fish. Oof. Catfish is not nice. Ew. I can only have avocado on toast. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. That's good. Darn boomers all like, avocado on toast, but it's good, guys, and it's rather cheap, considering. This fish talk reminds me, I have garfish in the freezer that I should read one of these days. I love it, but so many bones. Oh, really? I know about gar just because you can catch one in Animal Crossing. That's about my extent of the knowledge of garfish. My dad used to buy full lobsters, and it would be defrosting on the counter. I'm scared so much of lobsters. Aww. Hey, welcome back, Tsukaboo. Quick cup of ramen and miso. Ooh, yummy. Avocado is, well, I mean, considering, let's say an avocado is $3, and with a few slices of bread and a ripe avocado, you have a fairly decent meal. That's like what a meal for at most $4. It's not cheap if you like eat at home all the time, but if you are someone who has takeout or eats outside, go to restaurants, it's definitely not that pricey. It's like 66 cents here per avocado. That's a really nice price. Ours are usually between $2 and $3 per avocado. So it is pricey, yes, but all things considered, it's less pricey than meat. Unless you buy really cheap meat, which is just gnarly. Ugh. Cheap meat. That's so sad. Hey, have a good night. Oh, I should really end the stream. I didn't see the time. Thank you for being here, Otto. Have a good night. And yeah, I will just quickly add the green on this and call it a day too. I didn't know what time it is. You guys have to tell me when it's 5 o'clock. Or whatever o'clock it is for you, I guess. Have a good night, Otto. Thank you so much for being here and being an awesome moderator. 10 p.m. It's late! Oh, I only like avocado and sushi. I like it regardless. Avocado is good all the time. Stream starts. It's 5! Dang! Honestly, guys, just go for chickpeas. Chickpeas are delicious, but they make you fart. And that's not always a desirable effect, if you know what I mean. It's 11 p.m. and I'm tired. Oh, go to bed, Annette. It's late. So yeah, thank you guys for being here today and keeping up with the nonsense in here. Yeah, it's 5 p.m. here too, 5:15. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thank you so much for being here. I will be here next Saturday again, and also I'm going to mention it again, but if you are available on Fridays at the same time I start my streams, Lee has her stream as well. So if you go on Lee's channel, you can see it. There's the streams there, and it's a lot of swatching, a lot of paints, and enjoyable. So, am I forgetting something? Oh yeah, we have a Discord server if you enjoy chatting. I think most of you must be on Discord by now, but yeah, if you are not, you can join up the Discord server. It's free, it's fun, and we chat about random things over there, as well as paint things and whatnot. So, have a great weekend, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and see you all next time. And thanks, guys, for moderating. Lise and Otto, you were awesome. Bye!